updates on letter E that is meant to be ambulance department, not fire department specs. And they're in the packet. Just so you know.
Thank you.
All right, I have to call the meeting to order.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you everybody for coming tonight. We'll go ahead and do roll call. Doug?
Yep.
Michelle? Yes. Roger?
Here.
Megan? Here. Sarah? Here. Motion to approve the agenda as presented or amended?
Second.
Motion second to approve the agenda as presented. Any questions? Now we'll go to vote. Doug?
Yes.
Michelle? Yes. Roger?
Yes.
Megan? Yes. Sarah?
Yes.
Okay, on to the consent agenda.
Make a motion.
Second. Motion second to approve the consent agenda. Any questions? No, we'll go to vote. Michelle? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I go back? Can you explain, is Dolgan Corp a new business that's gonna be in town?
No.
Can you explain?
No, it's
Dollar General.
It's Dollar General.
That's
Okay.
their corporate
Yeah,
name.
that's their corporate name. They're,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and you'll see it a lot, because they seem to get renewed like twice a year.
Mhm.
Okay,
So-
I was not aware that was there. Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
Did everybody else know that?
It took me a while to figure it out.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Okay, sorry.
Nope, that's great. All right, Michelle?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
All right, on to updates and presentations with the city administrator.
Sure. Couple of things. So the budget process was great. We met all of the requirements and notifications and proof, so we uploaded all of that. It didn't come back with any errors, so fingers crossed we should have a certified budget here in the coming days. I got word from the state that our SRF loan, that's for the sewer project, has been approved.
Cool.
And we're in the funding state there, so we should have those funds soon. Eric, I don't know if you wanted to give a quick update on just some of the things you've heard from CIP Solutions. Can you come over here so we can hear? Yeah, we don't have any official reports yet from the work they've been doing, but we've been hearing a lot of what they've been saying.
Mhm.
I thought it would be good if Eric could give a couple of updates.
Okay, so they finished one day, they're all done with, I should say, the city limit stuff. There's some stuff that goes out through the field, but just leave it till fall.
Sure.
They do this time of year.
Yep.
Not good.
Yep.
So like they're halfway through, I kind of talked to the guy that's running the shop and asked him how it looked, and it's probably the worst he's ever seen.
Of course.
So just a heads up,
Yeah.
lots of tree roots, lots of damaged stuff. So, we found some places with a lot of water, a lot of clear water. One main, I don't think they ever found it on camera, we're probably gonna have to smoke test to try to figure out where it's coming from. Same day here, it was flushing hydrants, I think that's our storm sewer.
Yep.
But we don't know for sure yet. Talked to the guy, Mike, who came in here, he said once they're done, it'll be about 2 weeks. They will come in with a binder, with everything they found, PDF files, what their recommendations are to move forward with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are they doing on the budget?
So they were halfway through when we checked, and they were like 38,000.
Yeah, so probably under budget. Hopefully there'll be some leftover funds from there to
Sure.
do additional work.
Maybe it's some of the real bad stuff right away,
Sure.
hopefully.
Yeah. All right, thank
Thanks
you.
for the good news.
Well, we knew it was bad.
Yeah, well, yes, we did, yes.
But the worst you ever seen, that's not good.
That's not good. Not when this guy does it for a living. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
exactly, right.
Yeah. All right, we've been working with the state auditors for the last couple of weeks. You know, they give us a to-do list 3 weeks ago. We've been hammering through all those reports and, 50, 60, 70 different reports. We have to get them. And they've been here on site yesterday and today. So we think they have everything they need. They left the premises today. They'll be emailing us any additional stuff, and it'll probably take them a couple of months to finish the reports. Wanted to let you know, if you didn't hear from Jesse or I much in the last week or two, it's because we've been up to here in reports. Third, I typed up just a short process on how to sell the fire truck. I just wanted to go through some of the bullet points. I have printouts here if you're interested in reading it, but just wanted to get it on the public record. So we're going to build a web page devoted to the truck that we're going to be selling, pictures, description, so on and so forth. We'll promote that on social media and, any contacts that we have of other departments that might be looking for something like this, or people. I thought we'd have an open bid submission period for 45 days. There would be a sealed bid, digital sealed bid on like a form on that web page, so people could just put a bid in there, or they could drop a sealed bid off at City Hall. We'd have inspections of the apparatus by appointment, so I'll work with the fire chief, and maybe we can get a couple of times when it's kind of an open house to see the truck, or just by appointments. And then once all the bids are in, I'll evaluate all of the bids. I'll create a summary of all of the bids and give a recommendation on the bid to accept and promote or propose that to the city council. And then upon council approval of that sale, then we'll have payments. and the vehicle will not leave till there's, full payment, it clears. There will be a term sheet, we're going to sell all apparatus as is, no warranties implied or otherwise, so we'll get all that paperwork done, and then once that happens, then we'll have a sale. So, again, if anybody's interested in the minutia, I have a printout you can take on your way out. Next, there is police stats in your packet. I think it should be toward the back of the packet. Usually those come in the second meeting of the month, but we had them ready, so we did them in this one. And then there's also the initial ambulance department report, which I mistyped as fire department stats. So these are ambulance stats that are in your packet. And Tony and I have been working on a really nice dashboard that we'll probably be publishing in future meetings that has every call on it, who responded, if it's been billed. It's just kind of like a master dashboard, just to create a lot of transparency and tracking. And then he's got a newsletter that we also put in the packet for you this month. And if you have any questions on any of that stuff, Tony's here to answer any questions. Last but not least, we have the lights at the pickleball field, or pickleball courts are working now. Alan went, updated the wiring on there, they work, and then we put a button on it that is on a 1-hour timer. So when people go at night, they hit the button, the lights go on, they'll stay on for an hour, and then they can hit it again and sort of reset it. And it's, I've seen other municipalities doing that.
Good idea, yeah.
Yeah, so that's all done and it's working, and we'll do a Facebook post. We'll also do a little education around it. Alan said if the lights go off and then they hit the button, it might take a few more minutes for them to get back up. So he's suggesting if you're playing for an hour, have somebody go over 45 minutes later and just hit the button again.
Sure.
Reset the timer. So we'll do a little checklist. He's got some instructions down there on the post already. So those are my updates. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? All right. Thank you. If not, we'll move on to new business, number 13, resolution 2641, approving modifications to the concession stand at the ball field.
Second.
All right, motion and second.
Super. So we got a request to make some updates to the ball field concession stand over there. I guess there's a window that's not used, and then on the inside they really could use it for storage space. So they called and asked if they can make modifications. I told them I needed a one-page detailed list of what they wanted to do. That should be in your packet. They basically want to, block up that one window and turn it into storage on the inside. And everything that they're going to do will be donated. There will be no cost to the city, and everything will be built to our standards. So it'll have to follow all building codes and be able to pass in bills. I'll have them work with Eric to make sure that stuff is getting done properly and on time. So I told them any modifications to that building that are significant like this would have to have council approval. So that's why it's in your packet and on for vote tonight.
Any questions? No, we'll vote. Roger?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Moving on to number 14, resolution 2642 in support of Strawberry Point Community Heart and Soul Project.
Make a motion?
Second.
Motion and second.
Great. So the Heart and Soul program asked that there be a resolution in support of the city doing the program. So they gave us a template for a resolution. I modified it so that it kind of follows our format and specifies the things that we can do. On their format or on their template, it's a list of lots of things, some of which we couldn't commit to budget-wise, so on and so forth. So this resolution reflects what we've talked about, and that is the city basically covering the amount that it would cost to do the program that is different from the $10,000 they need from us and how much is raised. The good news is the several $1,000s has already been raised, and the Community Foundation of Dubuque is one of those donors and has donated $2,000 towards that $10,000. So I feel like we're going to, raise a good portion, if not all of that seed money. So there's a printout, I think 4 pages in your packet that has more information about the Heart and Soul program. We also put in the resolution that, we'll make staff available to answer questions, be there to be able to collaborate, and then if they need meeting space, that we could facilitate that. So it's all in the resolution, like what we're committing to, and that's it. If you have questions, I can answer what I can answer, and Doug could probably answer some more.
Have they determined kind of what the focus is going to be that they want to work on, or what money being raised for?
The whole intention of we'll start from the beginning. The whole intention is it's a community-based organization. So what we're going to do is ask as many people as we can in the community and as many groups in the community that we can, what do they like most about Strawberry Point?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next question will be, how do you think we could improve Strawberry Point? And then with that data, we'll collect all that data, we'll come up with an outline of just what is most important to the people in Strawberry Point. So this is an ongoing thing. It's going to take at least a year for us to come up with a plan, and then that plan will be set down in a timeline and prioritized and given to the administrator here at Strawberry Point, and he'll bring it to the council.
Okay.
And it'll kind of maybe help us with just making decisions in the future on which direction we should take the city. Whether it could be a storefront downtown, could be the major thing that we would look for funding for, or it could be the swimming pool, or it could be Parks and Rec, or it could be the fire department. Whatever the people want is what this is going to reflect. So.
Okay. I was just curious, what the money being raised is going towards.
Well, the money that's being raised is for the cost of, we have to make, it's a training, there's four phases of training. We have to make the booklets and things for the training. We have to provide events and, different, what it's going to cost me for the events that we're going to put on. I don't have a full picture of it yet because our first phase 1 training hasn't occurred until next Friday.
Okay.
So, it's just the expense that they have found that they have needed in other cities as they've gone along. Now, and there's also going to be some money in there for a coordinator. That person is going to be the person responsible for scheduling events and collecting the information and making sure that the committees on the team are getting the work done that is necessary for this project. So there's enough money built in there for us to run the program. And it would be nice if we could continue to make it go on into the future with future fundraisers. So that's what I know about it.
It's well organized. The meetings that I've been to are a fellow that's been teaching us, schooling us, directing us. It's well organized. It's a proven organization that has results. There's many communities around us that have taken part in Heart and Soul. Piasta, Postville, Cascade are 3 communities that have started and are going through this. It's a continual. Once it gets going, it's a continual program, and their main objective is to make the community better. And the second one is involving all the people. It's not just a committee of 7 that's going to do all the work. It's a committee of a cross section of Strawberry Point people, from youth to middle-aged people to older people to people from all different career areas. So they want to involve everybody, and the money's being collected from those different organizations too, so that everybody's got skin in the game, so to speak. So it's just not one, it's just not the Chamber of Commerce running this. The Chamber of Commerce is part of it. So I think it's going to be a great thing once it gets going, And there's a lot of buy-in. I believe there's buy-in. Doug, would you agree with that?
Yep, yes,
There's
I
been a
do.
really good buy-in, and I think people are excited. People have been excited about the potential of getting everybody under one umbrella, and then everybody working together for a single cause, and that's to make our community better.
Also, you know, with some of the information that we're getting now, that the tax, where the cities are gonna be taxed at a 2% increase maximum, it's gonna get really tight in city budgets for us to do anything except for the police, ambulance, fire, and all the necessary things that we have to see to. So this is a good way to start finding resources outside of the city and bringing them in here and keeping us growing and keeping people interested in the community. So I think this is a plus in a lot of different ways. Also, I'd like to make a correction, though. The grant money that was received was from the Clayton County Foundation for the future.
The $2,000?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it
They're part of that Dubuque.
Oh, okay.
But
So-
it actually came out of the Clayton County.
Okay. Is it facilitated by the Community Foundation of Dubuque?
Yeah.
Okay, that-
It's
okay.
kind of all
Got it.
under that umbrella, but it's actually from the Clayton County
Okay,
Future
thank you.
Foundation.
Thank you. And Roger, sorry. Thank you both.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay, not, we'll go to vote. Megan?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Number 15, Resolution 2643, approving the purchase of various furniture for the city pool for an amount not to exceed $10,500.
I'll make a motion to discuss.
All right, motion and second.
Great. So this is, part of our ongoing pool rehab, we'll call it. So you'll see here, there's various furniture here. There's new lifeguard chairs with umbrellas, stackable chairs with ottomans, like the pool stackable stuff, 12 lounger chairs, 2 composite benches for swimmers, and then I put $1,000 contingency in there just because it's we don't know exactly what's going to be in stock or what's not when we actually order this stuff, so we might have to wiggle a little bit. And then this is just, like I said, all part of our pool rehab project, and the pool committee has gone through and picked out these specific items, and this is all within budgeted amounts.
Eric, you said the stairs are coming, stairs?
Stairs are in, we haven't installed one, they are here.
Yeah.
The lights are here, maybe we'll install this weekend too.
What's the turnaround time for,
To get these?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a couple of weeks, so we're going to be cutting it close.
Okay.
Now, the good thing is this is just augmenting
Sure.
what we have, so, we have enough to open, and then when we get this, we'll be replacing the stuff that needs to be replaced and adding, in other places. So one of the big things of feedback last year was not enough lounge seating, so we wanted to make sure to have extra lounge seats and stuff like that. So this will get us a nice surplus to, be able to replace the stuff that needs to be replaced and have a few extra laying around to make people, to give people extra seating.
is there enough, desk space for all this? It seems like
Yeah.
a lot of furniture.
For 22 lounge chairs, that seems like a lot of.
So keep in mind, at least half of these are replacing ones that need replacing. So yeah, there's enough room, and then some of these are going to go eventually on the slab with the
Awning.
the shed
Right.
structure. So we get such a better deal ordering them in bulk. It's better to just order. We get these 10 packs, and it's like a significant discount. So I'd rather just buy them, put them in storage, rather than buy half now and half later. And then pay 20% more.
Any other questions, comments?
Did they see these chairs at another pool? Did they see this furniture, or did they just scope it out on the internet and say this is what we wanted?
They've seen this type of furniture, not this necessarily exact same brand, but This is from a very reputable pool-specific website that's known for very high-quality, commercial-grade, like pool stuff. So this isn't like, big box store backyard stuff that's gonna, crack instantly. This is designed and made for heavy-duty commercial use.
Good.
Okay. Any other questions? Now we'll go to vote. Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Megan? Yes. Okay. Number 16, Resolution 2644, approving the purchase of a pool heater for the pool facility splash pad for an amount not to exceed $8,000.
Motion.
Second. All right, motion and a second.
Great, so Eric will present these, we need these.
So yeah, this heater went out probably, three-quarters of the way through the summer last year. And the council at that time said, let's just wait, make sure we're open this year, and they're here. So the other heater is basically, it was, I want to say like $5,000 to fix. So I mean, you might as well replace at that point. I would go with Joe's Plumbing and Heating, I guess, for the choice. Price-wise, they're very close, and he's one that does the heat work all the summer long.
So he'll be able to maintenance it and know his product, and we know him.
Yeah, also a local vendor.
This other quote does include the installation as well, the 6,400, because it's not actually listed.
See, and I'm not exactly sure on that. I'd have to call him and double check.
Joe listed it that he would install.
Yes, this Joe will absolutely install it.
Yeah, 'cause that says installed, it'll not include shipping or anything.
Does that heater in that flash pad, do they use that every day? Is the heater used every day?
Yeah, it's at like 86 degrees.
Sure.
Yeah. When through the summer, obviously, it doesn't run a lot. Yeah, it's always on.
So it's just like kind of automatic thermostat?
Yeah.
So if the water's nice.
When the water comes out of the filters, it goes through the heaters, and there's just a thermostat, and if it's below that 86, the heater's on. Yeah.
Okay, any other questions, comments?
We just don't know what the shipping and handling is going to be other than, we know it's going to be $6,700 plus the shipping and handling.
Okay, we'll go to vote. Doug?
Yes.
Do you want to specify which one, or you just?
No, as long as,
Okay.
because we have not to exceed.
Yep, okay.
Unless there's an objection to our preference to go with the local vendor.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll yes.
Okay. Michelle?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Roger?
Yes. Now, we're spending about $1,700 or $17,000 on the pool tonight. Are we still in line with our budget on that?
Yes, we have budgeted a significant amount this year and a significant amount in the next fiscal year. So we're well within that budget. But to your point, it's not an insignificant amount of money that we're spending on the pool. So
Right.
The pool committee has been gung-ho on scheduling events for this year, scheduling food trucks. They've been working on a sponsorship. We really want to get people using the pool. We had a good response last year, but we need to get a great response because it is a massive amount of money that we're spending, and we want to make sure that we're spending it on, a facility that people are going to use.
And Meg's been working at a local business. Meg's, gone around to see if local businesses want to sponsor a free Friday for the pool.
Yeah.
To have, to get people in on Fridays, so that to try to get the community into the pool, so.
Yeah, the committee told me they already have 4 or 5 of those committed, so that'll be really good. And I told them to put those toward the end of the season because the
Not during peak
usership
season,
just
yeah.
drops off.
Yes.
So I said events, night swims, DJ, party. Let's try to put stuff in the second half of the season where we really need the help getting people there, food trucks, so on and so forth. Also, we didn't want Free Fridays to cut into our pool pass sales, so we'll put those in the second half, or at least start with the second half, get our pool sales done, and then start promoting the Free Fridays.
So, yes.
Okay, perfect. Meg? Yes. Sarah?
Yes.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Eric.
Don't
Right.
go par.
Number 17, motion to discuss placement of fundraising thermometer for the Heart and Soul program.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All right, motion and second to discuss.
Great, so the Heart and Soul program requested, they have a very large, what is it, a 6-foot thermometer or 5-foot thermometer?
Yeah, I think it's 6 foot.
Okay, so it's pretty big. They requested that we put the thermometer, the fundraising thermometer, under the Strawberry. I said, anywhere else in town, I can give you approval to do it. I said the Strawberry is kind of our landmark, and so I wasn't comfortable just giving an okay under the landmark without, getting council approval. So I told them I would put it on this meeting and we'd have a discussion about it. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it going there. I just had a problem making that commitment without the council chiming in.
Is it something we're gonna secure to a building or
It's actually it was designed by Gary Burkhalter. He's not here, he's out of town right now, but it's got its own stand, and then he's got some bungee cords that will be wrapped around the bottom, wrapped around the top. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to sit up there until we set it up there. I didn't want to do that at all until we got some approval and we take a look at it. I'm pretty sure we can secure it to that pretty stably, but we wouldn't leave it there if it wasn't.
Yeah.
So
I guess my preference, and maybe a little more protected, would be like against the wall on the building here by the door.
Mm-hmm.
Because I agree, like, people are going to be taking pictures all summer, and I don't.
The other thing is the drivers by are going to be looking at the Strawberry, so my initial thought was, if you put it there, not a lot of people driving by might even see it because they're in awe of the size of the Strawberry.
Yeah.
I originally suggested the Four Corners, maybe by the Franklin, as an option, but again, that was the place where they want it, and so I wanted to give them the ability to have a discussion about it.
yeah, definitely we would like to have it near or around the city hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just because it's a community thing, and
Yep.
I think that it would be misplaced a little bit if we put it in front of a
business.
hotel.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because it's,
Yeah, what do they have?
privately owned, well, it's
Yeah.
not owned right now by any.
Right.
Yeah, so,
Or
Yeah.
somewhere just along the actual building instead of on the Strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I don't know what else we have out there, the flagpole maybe, but that's pretty close to the curbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I guess with the discussion tonight, if there's no objection to it going on or near the pole or somewhere in front of City Hall, we could bring it here and kind of test it in some different places.
Yeah.
And as long as we have the latitude to just make that final call, like on the spot, like, okay, that looks good, work together and figure out the place for it. And if it happens to be on the post, it happens to be on the post. If it happens to be by the door, again, I just didn't want any surprises, and I didn't want anybody to be disappointed that kind of decision was made without the council.
Yep.
City Hall sounds like a good place to live.
Right, does that sound reasonable to you?
sounds reasonable to me, any place that we can get it visible, because, well, it's just showing how much money we've raised, and we've already gotten up to pretty nearly $6,000, and so,
Yeah, it's a good place to start with the
Yeah.
thermometer, 50%.
Yeah.
All right, so do I have a consensus that that's, okay, I see a lot of heads
Yep.
shaking, yes, okay,
Yep.
all right, great.
Okay. All right, number 18, motion to discuss shelter house and bathroom project for Inger Park. All
Make a motion.
second,
right, motion and second.
All right, so this is a somewhat detailed discussion, and let me just premise by saying that the reason we're having this discussion now is we have $50,000 allocated this year for Inger Park in this fiscal year, which is almost over, and we have $50,000 scheduled for Inger Park for the next fiscal year. To Doug's point earlier, the state legislature just passed a very draconian property tax bill that is going to, literally handcuff small towns from being able to operate. I'm incredibly disappointed by the decision that was made and the numbers that they've done. What that means is we have a philosophical decision to make because we have cash allocated for it, and they've also capped the amount of money that you can save in funds. So, not only can we not property tax, we can't hoard money. So, this is a problem. So, either we have the money to spend. I would like to build an Inger Park shelter house and bathroom facility that is something that will last, that will stay in style, very high quality, really make something out of the park. But it's going to burn up that almost entire $100,000 to do it the right way. And I'm concerned if we don't go with a project of that magnitude, that we'll have something of lesser quality that we'll have to replace sooner. But at the same time, even with $100,000 budgeted over these 2 fiscal years, this new property tax deal, is going to make it difficult for us to raise money for other projects around the park. So, didn't want to just pull the trigger, blow the 100, and then not have money to do other projects over there in the next 2 to 3 years. So that's kind of the discussion I'd like to have tonight. Eric has a general overview of what we were thinking to make that shelter house something special, and the bathroom facility, and then we just need a little bit of guidance on philosophically where you think we should go. So
the shelter house won't change really the size that it is right now. But I was thinking we'd add some stonework of some sort, like the columns all the way up, and then also we put in an indoor fireplace chimney on the back side along Park Avenue, which is a huge expense. That was like 20 grand. So, also thinking about doing a patio off of this end, like 10 foot, just concrete. That way you can do your picnic tables and stuff outside. The downside of that whole fountain would have to come out where the flowers are.
Oh, sure. Then we could add hanging flowers or something.
Yeah, we could add hanging flowers, and we could also, that area, there's 2 of those concrete benches. I was thinking you put 2 more of them, you'd have that half circle for the band shell, and more green area. But that's up to you guys, I guess, or however you want to do that.
For the bathroom, would a new bathroom be in the shelter, or would we revamp within the band shell?
If we put it in the shelter, it's going to be considerably more work.
Sure.
There's a water and sewer line already to the very south end of the park, right along the sidewalk along Park Avenue, that I think we could utilize. I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
So if we put it right there, it's next to the sidewalk, that would save a lot of that.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to try to take the water line through all those trees
Sure.
and kill the trees.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And in the bathroom, I was thinking, I was kind of being towards a precast style bathroom, 1 room, unisex bathroom. Something that's easy to clean if it gets vandalized. Probably will.
Mr. Optimist.
That's why I was shut down last time, because it got vandalized.
Yep.
Why we have our police department.
We should be on TV all the time. I'm sure patrols. But yes, it's, we want to get your opinion, spend a lot of money on the shelter house. They don't have to be that fancy, there's lots of options. They could just be a shelter house. We didn't want to gamble, it's nice, but people say it's plain.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It'd be nice to do something a little nicer and
Yes.
get more use out of it.
I thought we could probably add 2 months of use onto it, where people can have a family party there and build a little fire and have a chimney, and it'll be good for farmer's market, maybe late in the season, if it gets a little chilly. I don't know, and I also thought that, for family reunions and stuff, it might be easier, and we might be able to put a small fee on it to, rent out the park if we have a facility there that has a bathroom, that has a fireplace. Maybe we could put a grill or 2 out there. Yeah.
I just think even for graduation parties or stuff like that, that'd be an option for people.
Yeah. And me personally, and again, it's not my decision, but I want to build something that lasts. I want to build something that we're not going to have to even think about replacing for, 25 to 40 years from now. And the way to do that, I think, is to build a really high quality, do the stonework, and make something that, that'll just last. So, but again, it's a philosophical decision, and, I would rather spend the bigger money now and not have to worry about it for a while. Or be able to put money away for 10 years to build a new one and have a little sinking fund. But again, that we need direction on what we should bring you in the next meeting as far as a final proposal.
Is the playground equipment quality down there? Is that something that's gonna have to be replaced?
It's pretty,
not that old.
yeah, it's okay.
I don't think there's too many issues, at least none that I know.
Yeah, I haven't heard any complaints about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it would be nice to upgrade it.
I think maybe we get some bids and quotes and maybe see what it's gonna look like before we maybe.
Well, I mean, we know if we're gonna pitch something with a fireplace, we know that's gonna almost double the cost. So we kinda just wanted to know, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, can we just stash the money for, I mean, when does this bill go into effect? Like, can we just hold?
It's gonna be next fiscal year.
So, I mean, do we wanna just hold on to this 50,000 for now? I mean, like, I don't know.
So inflation is going way faster than 2%.
Right.
So every dollar that we save every year becomes worth less and less
Right.
in future spending. If they're limiting our ability to tax to 2% and we have cash, in my opinion, as a finance major, use the cash now because it's worth the most money.
Sure.
If we hold on to it for a year or two, that 50 is going to give us the same buying power as 43 or 44,000 would today.
Right.
And so I am concerned to hold the money, knowing that everything is going to go up. Inflation is not going to come down anytime soon. We got, we're on the brink of World War III and oil prices, and diesel has gone up, 40%. Like,
So is that where this money is best spent? Like,
that's up to you to
Yeah.
decide.
right, I mean, like, I guess that's more for the council, like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking is.
Yeah. Now we do need a shelter house because that one will fall down
Yes.
sooner rather than
And
later.
the concrete is a
Concrete.
hazard.
Yeah, that's why we started this,
Right,
because
yeah.
concrete cracks.
Right.
Yeah.
There's been hundreds of that concrete.
Yeah. So.
But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, there's the Civic Center that we can use year round, and like, I mean, that has lots of improvements that can be made too, and
Yeah.
we've already put a bunch of money there. It could be continued upon.
Yeah.
I don't have a preference, I'm just
brainstorm.
throwing out ideas and.
Yeah.
I have a, as far as that bathroom is, you're thinking you're gonna put it right in the middle
No.
park, or?
So like the sidewalk along Park Avenue,
Yeah,
you'll actually see the flags already with the one call on it. So it would be like this corner of the park, right along Park Avenue, very southwest side.
okay, so the footprint of it's gonna be.
Just like freestanding?
Yeah, it's gonna be like a slab of, I think the concrete was like 14 by 16 foot of concrete, and it'll be right up against the sidewalk, so there's no green area or nothing in between. But
And that would make it easiest for plumbing and.
yeah, plumbing, and then to stay handicap accessible, everything's way easier, yes. Yeah. Like I said, you could combine the two if you want, but we're gonna have to take water and sewer through there, we're probably gonna kill a lot of trees.
Yeah.
And there is another sewer stub that they put in on this side of the park, but then the same scenario, you still have to get water there.
Mhm.
There's nowhere to get water. The water main's on the other side of Park Avenue, that's the closest one.
It's just that it's such a small park, you hate to take up any of the ground
Space.
for that. I was thinking that a better structure would be right next to the band stage, so you're not going to be, really taking up any of your park area.
You could put it back there because that water sewer line's gotta go back there, but then you're gonna run into, tree roots for sewer and stuff like that. So I mean, there'd be more maintenance, I mean, it could be done, but there will be more maintenance to it. And then, also, do you need a sidewalks for?
Yeah, it's not as accessible, then.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's options.
That would be my only concern. I don't know if we need anything that quite elaborate as far as the shelter goes. I do think it needs to be replaced because obviously the bottoms are rotted out.
Yeah.
And won't be long before it falls down, but.
And like we've had some issues with the concrete and some hazards with it, so it does have to be replaced.
Yeah, concrete for sure has to be replaced.
And the shelters.
And
The poster.
Maybe there's a couple different plans we can come up like with the fireplace, maybe without the fireplace and just maybe partial wall or something to block.
You could just enclose that wall, frame it up if you wanted to just enclose like one end, to keep out of the wind.
Maybe like putting some grills or something there. And
We're kind of like leaning to like the inside, I don't know if you see the steel that looks like wood, that's what we were kind of leaning on to make the inside look nice and there's no maintenance to it.
Sure.
And if there's not a consensus tonight, if the consensus bring us the Cadillac, bring us the Chevy, we can do that. and, you know, and kind of give it an A, B. But just want to preface it, like, in the next meeting, we'd love to get a yes or a no on one.
So we can get the money
So
spent.
we can, well, not just spend, so we can get it in, you know, get it going.
Yeah.
People are busy, it's gonna take a
Yeah.
while.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's taken us, like, not throwing anybody under the bus, but it's taken us 2 months to get quotes.
Mhm.
And, you know, and that's frustrating. And so, just want to be cautious about, you know, like, we, you know, want to get the project started. We're not sure if this will make it in time for early summer.
Mhm.
You know, this may be a fall project, depending on when we can get the quotes, so.
So maybe bring us like the higher end and kind of mid-range.
So why don't we do a good, better, best? We'll bring 3 options, and then, just be prepared the next meeting we'll pick an option.
So like, clarify the middle, what is the middle, just no fireplace, it's still stonework?
But we'll figure the middle out.
That's up to you guys. Yeah.
No, we'll sit down.
Mr. Chris.
Yeah.
I would make mention though that if you're gonna build a timeline, I think the biggest priority is the restroom first, because we have all kinds of,
And I agree.
people are complaining about that with the farmer's market, with other events that are down there. And you have that kids playing there, they have no place to, you know.
I agree with that. I talked to precast, and unfortunately, they're extremely busy right now.
Yeah, but that, in the timeline, I think that would be the first thing that definitely.
Yeah. And that'll be the quickest project. That won't take long.
Well, and then even, I mean, is it even a summer project? 'Cause are people gonna be using it this summer, and then we can't, I mean, we don't wanna
It won't interfere
make it a
with
fall
us.
project.
Yeah, that would be far enough to the edge of the park. I don't think they would.
No, but I mean just the shelter house itself,
The
like.
shelter house, yeah, I mean, you're probably 2 months where it's not gonna be used.
Yeah, right, so like.
We'll have,
But
it
at the
won't-
same point, when we got a brand new shelter house down in Campbell Park that's not being utilized, why don't we move stuff down?
Right, right.
Just my opinion.
Yeah, with the pool being open, I mean.
Yeah, the pool's right there, everybody's
Mhm.
there.
maybe able to,
And there are restrooms there.
Yes.
Mhm.
did you have something, Roger?
Well, I'm just saying that, you know, you can build something halfway, or, because this is gonna be a one-time, you know, this is gonna be a one-time, in my opinion, one-time deal. When you talk about something like this, and I've always been of the opinion, if you're gonna spend the money, let's do it right. And look long range, not just look short range, we're gonna look long range, that's gonna tie into our heart and soul. If we want people to use our parks, we've gotta have a place for them to go and to use it. And once you build something nice, people will use it. You know, they'll wanna come and have a late fall party and build a fire in the fireplace, or, you know, come up for a family dinner on a Sunday evening and hey, we got a fireplace, let's build a fire, let's roast some marshmallows, whatever. But I'm the opinion, if we have the money, let's do it right, and let's make it look nice, so that people will want to come and get involved in Ingram Park again. And once the word's out that we got a nice shelter, you know, people will want to come and see it, and people will want to come and use it.
Be utilized more enough if it's nicely done and
Yeah,
revitalized.
yeah.
Okay, but does fire, do you have anything to do with insurance? Like if we have an open fire, is it gonna cost us more to have that type of thing insured?
If it does, it would be negligible.
I can't believe it'd be much different than
Yeah.
the girls that are already.
Yeah, because we already have grills, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't know, we'd have to check, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't think it'd be.
I can talk to them tomorrow and find out. It would be negligible, like it's, because there's already fire. And as long as what we built was up to standards, you know, obviously we built an unsafe fire pit, you know, that would be different. But,
That shelter's not very big. Is the idea of making that a little larger? Are you gonna keep that the same size? Are you gonna make the footprint a little bit bigger?
Well, there's options there too. I mean, we can make the shelter, instead of doing that patio, you can make that shelter that extra 10 feet. My thought was, it's nice when a 70-degree day, I'd rather be outside now.
In the sun, yeah. Mhm.
That was my thinking on that. But if we go the other way, then it's a Christmas tree. I don't want to have.
Yeah.
Christmas
Yeah,
tree.
yeah.
We're kind of limited on room there, I guess.
I think as I'm thinking of all the comments, I think we'll just try to put like a drawing together and have some modular, you know, okay, the cement work is gonna be X, the structure is gonna be this price, a fireplace and brick wall is gonna be this price, you know, and we can kind of like build it and show you the options and see. But this is an important discussion because it's, you know, the new state tax code is going to impact these projects moving forward.
But if we have success with Heart and Soul, we'll be able to find some resources outside of the
Hopefully,
city
yeah,
to help fund these things.
yeah.
In fact, that shelter was built by the Lions Club originally, so
Yeah.
it can be done.
Yeah, we want to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. We'll have options for
Great.
next time and,
Thank you, everybody.
yeah, thank you. Okay, nothing else, we'll move on to other business?
No other business here.
I have a couple of
Yep.
things that I want to address. Number one, I know other communities are doing this. I don't know if we need to, but I think after witnessing some of our youngsters on electric scooters, I'm wondering if we need to have an ordinance in Strawberry Point for electric scooters, speeds, driving on the right side of the street.
Safety.
There was the other night down at the ball field, somebody's gonna get killed, going back and forth and in and out of cars on their scooters and popping wheelies and all kinds of stuff. So I think we need to look at that, see what other communities are doing. I know several of them have adopted 20 mile an hour speed limits for electric bikes and scooters, and, you know, they've done a nice job with that, just for protection. So I'm wondering if we need to look at that. And then the second thing, I know I'm going to say this, and it might be offensive, but I'm going to say it because I think we've got to represent our community better. We've got some citizens that are putting. I know it's going to involve First Amendment. I know that, but I just want to go on record saying we've got some citizens putting some rotten signs in their yards, and I know it's their right to do that, but I know it also doesn't paint a very good picture of our community. So I just want to go on record saying that I'm upset with some yard signs that are political in nature, that are very degrading, and I know people have the right to do that, but I just don't think it represents what our community is about. And I don't want to say this is the person, these are the people that are doing it, but if you're out and about, I'm out and about a lot, and I just don't think it paints a very good picture of our community when signs are offensive, and we get a lot of traffic coming through, and they're thinking, geez, what a rotten community, is this what everybody believes, is this what everybody's thinking? So I don't know how you readdress that, because people have the right to do that, but I just want to go on record saying that I'm frustrated with that, and it just doesn't paint a very good picture of our community.
Can I make a suggestion on that point? Like, we had a similar situation back home, highly political world where I come from, and while the city council can't do anything legally about it, unless something is actually lewd, then there's some limitations. But what we did then was issue sort of a letter, and had city council members sign the letter just saying, hey, you got every right to do this, but what we would love to see as a community is, more positivity. Some sort of letter that gets published in the newspaper, it's probably the limitation of what we can do. And it shows some leadership to say, we don't want to step on your rights, but at the same time, this is the kind of community we're trying to build. If that sounds like something that would interest, you or others, we can certainly draft something and get it going. But yeah, we do have a legal limitation to enforce something like that.
I think that's a good idea, because I agree with Roger, that I've seen it too, and it's offensive, and it's not, not inviting to the people that are coming through our town. We are a tourist town, rather than too many highways, so
yeah.
if we want them to stop, could we please have our citizens understand that we would like to welcome them, put the signs up, but make them with a little bit of sensitivity,
And if it's like one, I haven't seen the sign, so maybe after the meeting you can tell me where it's at. Maybe I can just reach out and talk to the owner of the property and just try to reason with them.
I think we had a similar situation, the house by the church, a couple of years ago, and
it kind of made it worse, I feel like.
It's a slippery slope.
exactly, you're opening a can of worms because it goes both ways, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough thing.
to deal with, but
All right, well, why don't we think about it and,
I
you know,
would be
yeah.
willing to look at it, you know, if there's somebody can quote the letter, to be able to look at that and see if that wouldn't be something that we would be interested in.
Okay, I mean, I can draft something, in fact, I probably have the letter we wrote back home in Chicago, it was poignant, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
As far as the scooters, yeah, I was looking the other night too when I was at our ball practice. I wasn't on duty, but I think what I can do is I'll just send something out to the guys, and then we can kind of start off with the educational approach, because obviously we know who the kids are. If we see them, reach out to the parents and just kind of nip it right away. So.
I know, definitely, like, I was coming down my street, and they came zooming off Mechanic right in front, like, there was no hesitate, like, it scared me, and I wanted to lay on my horn, but I'm like, no, that'll scare them, and I'm just, yeah.
It's only gonna get worse when school
fast,
starts.
yes.
It's like younger and younger and
Yes.
younger kids.
Yes.
And I don't know if are they supposed to be on the sidewalks, or are they supposed to be in the street? I don't know what's appropriate. I don't know what the rules are.
It's just like anything else, they've moneyed up so much that.
Sure.
Kind of what I go off of is, like in a small town, if you're on the sidewalk and there's nobody coming down the sidewalk, like, that's probably the best option, but it's a sidewalk.
Yeah.
But like 20 miles an hour on the sidewalk.
Right.
It's awful,
Right.
yeah.
So, I've talked to a couple parents and kind of expressed that.
Concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're still showing up.
Yeah.
The-
I think
the scooters all over, so
Right.
I think probably just, social media is always good, but it's also bad, so I like doing just reaching out to them and just saying, hey, this is what we're thinking, you know, kind of talk with them, do the parent thing, and
See what happens.
and we'll reach out, but
Yeah.
otherwise kind of give them an opportunity to straighten out
Sure.
some issues.
Yeah.
I just, before school lets out, like we
I
need
think,
to get
yeah,
this
I think there
wrapped
should be something, I know Elkader put something in place and kind of posted it out there, you know, just some rules and regulations, because I do think it's probably gonna get worse when school gets.
I wonder if we could get something done in time for the end of the school year at Starmont.
Sure.
Maybe do a school-wide handout.
Mhm.
When is the last day of?
The day after Memorial Day.
26th?
I think they're
Okay.
trying to negate that though.
Oh.
And not make that.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, you know what, why don't we'll have the strategy by the next meeting.
Okay.
Including a handout for the school, when we have a draft, and we can talk about it in the next meeting.
Sure.
All right, did you have a third point, or just?
No, that's it.
All right, good.
Made a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right.